Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1983 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Cleveland Indians at Cleveland Stadium. On the mound for the Tigers today is Jack Morris, whose record is 3-0 with a 2.70 ERA. And pitching for the Indians today is Wayne Garland, whose record is 2-1 with a 6.98 ERA. Okay, we had a huge victory yesterday. Huge in the sense that it was a 12-run victory over the Brew Crew. Rickey Henderson, this is spoiler alert. If you don't want to hear what happened, this game is worth watching. Something happened in this ball game that I can't remember actually occurring in a Brainiac Baseball simmed game. I'm going to tell you right now, so if you want to skip ahead or pause it, watch that game and come back, this is the time to do that. Rickey Henderson had 3 home runs in the ballgame. No stolen bases. He went deep 3 times. Had 5 RBI and was easily the player of the game. We had 5 home runs in total. And Tom Filer pitched really well, his best start of the 3 he's had so far. And we are 13-2 as we head to the Mistake by the Lake, Cleveland Stadium. Let's take a look at the Indians. We do this every time we start a new series. We'll take a look at the Cleveland team page, and then we'll take a look at Cleveland Stadium. Okay, so you take a look here. You see the injuries. Eric Wilkins, that's a bummer. He's probably their best pitcher right now. Their top prospects, expiring contracts, 3 of their main players right there. Surprisingly, 9-7 on the year. They have one of the lowest batting averages in the American League right now. ERA surprisingly good at 4.01. And you can see the team leaders. They have the second least amount of home runs in the AL. So a strange team to be 9-7. I kind of wonder, who did they play? The Blue Jays, the Red Sox, the Orioles, and really, other than the Blue Jays, they played a bunch of good teams, including the American League West Mariners. So, okay, let's take a look at the stadium. Every time we go to a new park, we take a look at their stadium effects. If this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, I did calculate my own stadium effects, and by my simple, very basic mathematics, home runs by left-handers are 23% less likely in the stadium. Home runs by righties are 7% less likely. So maybe that kind of lends to the fact that they are next to last in home runs in the AL. Lefties and righties both in general get hits above average. Doubles, 4% above average. Triples, not going to happen here. And strikeouts, 12% less likely in this stadium. Double plays occur more often, 10% more. And errors are 7% less likely. So kind of a strange dichotomy of stadium effect numbers here. These ratings, not a lot of home runs, but you can see a lot of hits. So we'll see if that plays out in this series. Let's go ahead and get started with today's game. There we go. All right, as always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel. After each video, we have a video from the baseball card breaks videos that I do, the other portion of this channel. So you can check those out if you need more entertainment. We got Jack Morris making his 4th start of the season. The current Indians, I wanted to call them Guardians. The current Indians lineup is batting .275 against Jack. All of the bullpen is available, and yes, we did bring Keith Comstock back up from the minors and sent Jerry Uger back down. Kami was down for 10 days because we needed to have some fresh arms in the bullpen after that Yankee debacle, which we lost 11-3. Here is the lineup. It's the exact same lineup as yesterday. Why would I change it? Everything was going so well. I am thinking about maybe eventually dropping Gibby down in the lineup. He's only got 2 RBI, and from the number 3 hole, that's really not being productive. But we like Gibby there. most days. Let's go ahead and do the official Tigers lineup rundown for today's ball game against Wayne Garland. Batting leadoff, playing second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. There we go. Batting second, playing left field is Rickey Henderson. Batting third and DHing is Kirk Gibson. Batting cleanup, playing third base is Mickey Hatcher. Batting fifth, playing first base is Eddie Murray. Batting sixth, playing center field is Andre Dawson. Batting seventh in right field is Garry Hancock. Batting eighth at shortstop is Alan Trammell. And batting ninth and catching today is Lance Parrish. Okay, let's take a look at Wayne Garland. We've seen a lot of Wayne Garland over the 4 years that we've simmed. You probably, if you've watched this before, you've seen him pitch, you know that he was the first pitcher to get a 10-year contract. And you can see here by his 1982 Donruss card that he was out of baseball by 1981. He didn't even pitch in 1982. He retired, and the Indians were on the hook for the rest of his deal, so they paid him $200,000 a year until 1986. But in this game, he's rated in 81, and he's still in the rotation. Although you can see here he suffered injuries the previous 2 years, not pitching a full season. Last year, he was surprisingly good. He went 13-7 with that 4.21 ERA. Walked as many as he struck out. Opponents batted .265. He did have a shutout. His fastball tops out at 86 miles an hour. He's got an arsenal of pitches here. They all kind of suck, though. His curveball is his best pitch, rated an 84. I guess the other thing I wanted to point out real quick before we get to the ball game, as you can see, in 1976, that was his free agent walk year. He went 20-7 for the Orioles, and then the Indians were the team to bite on his walk year, and they gave him that 10-year deal. You see here, he lost 19 games, was injured, and then our season started to sim. So an interesting footnote to history, but other than that, not a lot else offered from Wayne Garland. Let's go ahead and get today's game started. Here is Sweet Lou leading off against Wayne Garland.
Play ball!
Whitaker sends the ball into center field. Caught by the center fielder Von Hayes, one down. Next up is Rickey Henderson. Henderson, yesterday's hero, grounds out to second base. Plays made by Juan Bonilla. It's going to leave it up to Gibby, and Gibby goes down swinging. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Indians. We go to the bottom of the first. Let's go ahead and do the Indians lineup rundown. Batting leadoff, playing third base, is Kevin Rhomberg. Batting second in center field is Von Hayes. Batting third, playing first base, is Karl Pagel. Batting cleanup in right field is Dan Pasqua. Batting fifth and DHing is Tim Norrid. Batting sixth and catching is Chris Bando. Batting seventh in left field is Jerry Turner. Batting eighth, playing second base, is Juan Bonilla. And batting third, playing shortstop, is Jerry Dybzinski. Okay, let's take a look at Jack. Jack making his fourth start. He has been dynamite. He's 3-0 with that .270 ERA. Walking more than I would like. He does have 16 strikeouts in 23 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .190 against him. Come close to a complete game once this year. We had to pull him in the ninth, though. He just couldn't get the job done. His fastball tops out at 95 miles an hour, and we gave him a splitter at the beginning of the year. Maybe oversold it a bit, but that is his best pitch. His fastball is great. His slider right there at 80 as well. Overall rated an 85, so not studly, but a pretty decent rating. He goes to free agency next year. He'll be 28 years old when he becomes a free agent. So let's just also look. Yeah, here's his log. He went 8 2/3, and we yanked him in his last start versus Boston. when he fell apart there in the ninth. He tried, just wasn't meant to be. Okay, here we go with the Tigers' defensive alignment. Gold Glovers at first, second, and in left field. And Kevin Rhomberg leading off against Jack Morris. Rhomberg starts the game off with a base hit into left field. Rhomberg was the everyday starter last year at second base, and we moved him to third, his natural position. He's got 3 stolen bases this year. It's going to bring up Von Hayes, probably the best hitter on the team. He's only batting 190 with no home runs as he dumps it into left center field. A little duck snort base hit. Rhomberg takes third, and the first 2 batters are on base. For Karl, Pagel will give up a run for a double play possibility. Pagel, first baseman, not great speed. Batting .344 with 2 home runs, and Morris strikes him out. First K for Morris. Here's Dan Pasqua, among the league leaders in home runs. He has 5 so far. And he gets a base hit past Trammell. Rhomberg scores, and it's 1-0. Cleveland. I've always called him Clevetown, which I do call him from time to time. Okay, so Morris giving up 3 hits already. We really need to turn 2 here. Here's the DH Tim Norrid. There's an infield single. Wow, this is the game where the game decides to get even with Jack Morris for his great start. We have Chris Bando up next. Bases loaded. 1 down. Called him the Bandalorian. And he did win a Gold Glove last year as he just hits a grand slam. Wow, Morris gives up a grand slam here in the first inning. And now I do not feel bad about giving him that pitch. I was really concerned that giving him the splitter and rating it so high was going to make him overly dominant. But we don't need to worry about that anymore, do we? So that was Bando's second home run on the year. Meanwhile, Jerry Turner flies out to right. That will bring up Juan Bonilla, and Bonilla will fly out to the left. So not a good start for the Tigers. We're down 5-0, headed to the top of the second inning. Mickey Hatcher will lead off. Hatcher, Murray, and Dawson due up. Ground ball to third for Hatcher. 1 down. Next up, Eddie Murray. Murray had his 5th home run in yesterday's game, and there's another base hit for Murray. Easily the hottest Tiger hitter this season. Andre Dawson up next, and he hits a ground ball to second, and that's an easy double play. We go to the bottom of the second inning. The Dibber, Jerry Dybzinski, leading off, batting 193. I did say in yesterday's game that I thought that it would have switched over to the 1983 season stats, but I guess maybe it's tomorrow's game. I know it's like usually right somewhere around 2 weeks into the season. Back to the top of the lineup, and Rhomberg is now 2 for 2. Will he run with a 5-run lead? It's only the second inning, so I could see him doing it. Von Hayes hits a comebacker to Morris, and he boots it. Wow. We are going to get crushed. We've been just so unbeatable, I guess is the right word, that I guess this day was coming as Pagel hits it to a double play, and we get out of the inning. We go to the top of the third. Still 5 runs down. Here's Garry Hancock. Popping it up on the infield. And the second baseman, Bonilla, makes the catch on the outfield grass. So 1 down. Alan Trammell, who's 7 for 17 against Garland, walks. I don't know if you noticed, I forgot to mention it, darn it, but on the defensive player card that we put up before we get started with the game, I did put the catcher's arm rating on there. So we don't have to go back and look and see. And Bando is an 81, if you didn't notice. And Parrish hits into another double play. Oh man, this is a little disheartening. Going back to back with the same lineup. I haven't done that all year. Pasqua grounds out to short to lead off the bottom of the third. And Tim Norrid gets a base hit. So he gets in on the hit parade. 7 hits for the Indians so far. Runner on first, 1 down. And another hit for Bando. How much longer do we go here? I mean, maybe it's all these lefties in a row here that's making it very challenging for Morris. He jams Jerry Turner. There's the second out. Pull the outfield in. Bonilla, not a power hitter, but there's another hit. Okay, so that's going to be it for Morris. Wow. That was just absolutely stunning. I almost want to throw up. 2 down, first and third, as we bring in Tom Hume. We need him to maybe go 2 innings for us here. Dybzinski shoots it to right, and that'll do it. So we get out of the inning. They do score 1 more run. It's 6-0. Top of the 4th for Sweet Lou. We need to get a rally going right now. Wayne Garland pitching as good as he ever has. Getting a ground ball to second, only at 37 pitches. Defense has turned 2 double plays to help him out. And with Gibby, he's going to face the minimum as he strikes out. So through 4 innings, he has faced the absolute minimum. And we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. You got a righty and a couple lefties due up. And we're going to make Hume go at least 2, whether he gives up a ton of runs or not. It's the leadoff batter, Rhomberg. First time today he's been out. Von Hayes hits a comebacker to Hume. There's out number 2. And we'll bring up Karl Pagel. And Pagel hits a slow roller to third. So Hume pitching pretty well. I guess it just wasn't Jack's day. That happens. Top of the 5th. Mickey Hatcher grounding out. How are the Tigers being dominated by Wayne Garland, a pitcher who wasn't even in baseball? Murray walks. Now we're going to hit and run. Try to get something going here. Ground ball from Dawson to first, and Murray advances. So at least we have a runner in scoring position. Here's Garry Hancock, and he lines out to short. Absolutely nothing from the batters today. Okay, we go to the bottom of the 5th. 6-0 Indians. Got some lefties coming up. Starting with Dan Pasqua. Pasqua popping it up into foul ground on the third base side. And Hatcher makes an error. That is his 3rd error in the last 3 games. Every aspect of the team is falling apart here in this game. A ground out back to the pitcher from Norrid. Could not turn 2, so he holds it first. And Bando hit the grand salami. Flies out to center. 2 down for Jerry Turner. Turner goes to left field. You see him here in his Detroit Tigers baseball card. He did come to the team at the beginning of spring training that year. Wild pitch, moving everybody over. Let's pull the outfield in case Bonilla does get a hit. And hits into the dirt. That'll be another error. Oh, no! Usually when it's spinny down there, that usually means bad things on the horizon. But Parrish makes the play. And we do keep the Indians off the board. So good job by Hume. That's all we can ask from him. We'll bring in Cappy next. We're going to the top of the sixth. Take a look at the in-game stats. Not a lot to go on here. If I had to say player of the game, I might give it to Murray. At least he's been on base both times. Or maybe Hume might deserve a little credit. Trammell, was that a screwball? It was. He goes to left field for a base hit. We're not going to go for 2. That will bring up Lance Parrish, struggling mightily. He had that 2 home run game, and he has not had a hit since then. That's the second double play he's grounded into. Whitaker gets a base hit down the left field line. Well, we've got 2 hits in the inning. We're down 6. No point in running. Maybe Henderson could run into one here. Oh, he walks. Henderson always finds a way to get on base. We've got to give him credit for that. First and second, 2 down, and Gibby has struck out both times up today. There's another walk. 4 walks for Garland. And this is the guy you want up there, Mickey Hatcher, with a chance to make this a ball game with one swing of the bat. Nope. He decides not to. Grounding out to third, and that'll do it. We go to the bottom of the 6th. We're going to take out Hume, and we're going to bring in Capizzello. You know what? I think we're going to bring in Keith Comstock and try to spare Capizzello. So yeah, Kami's got a higher endurance, so we'll go with him until his arm falls off today. Well, it's a bad start. Walks Dibbert. Did he not learn anything in the minors? Rhomberg strikes out, so a walk and a K to lead off the bottom of the 6th. Von Hayes up next. Striking him out. There we go. Seems to have the left-handed batter's numbers. Oh, nice play by Murray. The Gold Glover makes the catch. And we go to the top of the 7th. That would have been extra bases for sure. We've got Murray, Dawson, and Hancock due up. Garland pitching a shutout. Murray finally gets put out with the ground ball to short. 1 down. Here's Andre Dawson. He's grounded to a double play today. 2 outs. And Hancock strikes out. Wow. Okay, we're going to make some, we're going to get some of the schlubs in. We're going to bring in Solars, put him in at third. We're going to put Hojo at first. I'm going to put Brock at first. And we're going to put Glenn Wilson out there in right. And Hojo will be our DH. There we go. Get the schlubs some bats. Second inning now for Keith Comstock. He had 2 Ks when he came in the 7th. Gets a ground ball from Pasqua. There's 1 down. Here's Tim Norrid. A base hit into right. He's 3 for 4 today now. Runner on first. The Bandalorian's up. He batted 209 last year versus lefties. And he strikes out for the 3rd K for Kami. That will leave it up to Jerry Turner. Turner goes to left. Now 2 for 4 on the day. I always feel like when it switches to right-handers, you can almost count on that left-hander, if it's a left-hander facing him, getting on base. I don't know. There's a line drive back to Comstock, and Bonilla is the 3rd out. So, yeah, other than the first inning, the Tigers have kept them at bay. 6-0, top of the 8th. Here's Trammell. Slow roller to second. Bonilla makes the play. There's 1 down. No pants Lance. Hey, base hit up the middle. for Parrish. That'll get him off the schneid. Runner on first for Sweet Lou. And another double play. 4 double plays for the Indians today. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Why not? Let's keep him out there. Dybzinski's definitely not going to hit a home run. Flies out to left field. 1 down. Here's Keith Rhomberg. Rhomberg strikes out. 4 Ks for Comstock. This is a nice first outing coming back from the minors. And I think Comstock right now, unless we come back and win this ball game, will easily be the player of the game. Okay, so here's Rickey Henderson, top of the 9th. This was a quick ball game. Not a lot going on Detroit's side. Henderson gets a base hit. Here we go. Henderson on first. Don't count us out yet. Here's Hojo. Hojo's going to lift it into left center field. Will that fall in? No, it carries deep enough for Hayes to make the catch. 1 out. That will bring up Guy Solar, still looking for his first hit on the season. And he will get it here. He pops it up on the infield, on the first base side. Caught in foul ground for out number 2. And it comes down to Brock. Runner on first. And Brock walks. That was a close pitch. Good eye from Brock. Will Dawson ruin the shutout here? I said all those bad things about Wayne Garland, and he has shut us down. There's a base hit through the right side. Henderson should score. No! Why didn't you send him, third base coach? Come on. He must have had a spread or something. Here's Glenn Wilson and a walk. So we get that anyway. And he won't get the shutout, and he won't get the complete game. They're going to bring in Victor Cruz, who by 83 was on the Pirates. And this guy is pretty damn good. He had 25 saves, 8 blueies last year. He is their closer. His fastball is 98 miles an hour, rated a 97. So you can see here, pretty solid pitcher, with the exception of maybe the first year that we've simmed. He's been pretty much lights out. It's going to be up to Trammell to keep the game alive. Bases loaded, 2 down. Trammell gets a base hit to left. Will Dawson score? We're sending him. Wait, what's his arm, 73? We're going to send him. 90% chance, and he is safe at home. 2 RBI, single for Trammell. And with Parrish up, 1 swing of the bat can tie the ball game. Here we go. Now he's 1 for 2 in his career against Cruz. 1 for 3 on the day. Goes to right, get down. It's going to be caught by the right fielder, Dan Pasqua. And the Tigers lose 6-3. They teased us, didn't they? Okay, so we fall to 13-3 on the season. Let's take a look at the standings. Good job by Cleveland. They take over second place now. California holds the lead in the West. In the NL, San Fran's got a 2-game winning streak. Since we highlighted them, all of a sudden they've become unbeatable. Let's take a look at the headline news. Anything of note? We'll advance. Mets take the National League East lead from the Cubbies. Walt Terrell dominated Chicago lineup through 7 innings of pitching. He allowed 3 hits, 2 walks, 1 run. Darrell Porter struggled for the Cubbies. Scotty Fletcher was hitless. Chicago's number 5 hitter, Jim Beswick, was unable to reach. So I'm not sure. I felt like maybe they improved the information, but like, whose newspaper is this? Is this the Cubs newspaper? Because they gave all Cubs numbers other than Terrell. So anyway, next game, Bando knocks in 4. Well, yeah, he did grand slam. You could say it that way. going 2 for 4 with a home run, a run scored, 4 RBIs, the Bandalorian. Let's take a look at the transactions. The closer. There's a couple of things. Well, this is so weird. They seem a little out of order. So let's start with the closer for the Yankees. He's going to miss 2 weeks with a sprained back. I'm guessing Goose Gossage will get the closing duties now. Then Mike Krukow of the Cubbies is going to miss a start. 5 days. So Cubbies suffer an injury. And Derek Bryant, our 4th milestone of hitting streaks this season. And that had bled over from last year. So, he's a 78 rating, and he had a 21-game hit streak. Very impressive. Okay, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. Not a great way to start off this 3-game road series with a 6-3 loss. Player of the game, we're going to give it, I would have said for sure, Comstock. Do we need to rethink it? Should we give it to Trammell? He at least got 2 RBI knocked in. I guess we will give it to Trammell over Comstock. Comstock does deserve some accolades. He went 3 innings, giving up 2 hits and a walk, struck out 4, and kept the Tigers in the bullpen, kept the Tigers in the game at least. Jack Morris goes to 3-1 with that horrible start. Wayne Garland couldn't close it out. How does he get a save for that? He came in only giving up, there was only 1 run on the board. Maybe because the bases were loaded? I don't understand. Nonetheless, that's going to do it for today. We're going to come back tomorrow with Game 2 of the 3-game series. Until then, everyone, have a great night.